It started with a single headline. Trump announces major decision that could change everything. At first, people didn't think much of it. Just another press conference. Just another speech. But what he said that day has since sent shockwaves through political circles, financial markets, and even foreign governments. What if I told you that most people right now have absolutely no idea what this decision really means? That behind the headlines and the applause, something far bigger is in motion. Former President Donald Trump, known for his controversial decisions and unfiltered words, made an announcement that is already shaping a new chapter in American politics. But the media isn't showing you the full picture. Social platforms are flooded with clips and debates. Yet the real consequences are hidden in plain sight. Some say it's all part of a bigger plan, a calculated move that's been years in the making. Others believe it's the beginning of a new era, one that could disrupt everything from elections to the economy. Within hours of his announcement, online forums lit up with theories. Economic analysts began issuing quiet warnings. Politicians from both sides started holding emergency meetings. And yet, the average person still hasn't realized what's coming. Why? Because most people are focused on the surface. But what's happening beneath, that's where the real story lies. Think about it. Why this decision? Why are so many powerful people reacting in silence or fear? This wasn't just a political statement, it was a signal, a trigger, a starting point for something much larger. And if you're not paying attention, you could wake up one morning in a completely different world. The truth is, the decision Trump made isn't just about politics, it's about control, power, and possibly the future of America itself. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down what happened, why it matters, and what could happen next. But be warned, once you understand the full story, you'll never look at current events the same way again. This is only the beginning. As Trump's announcement echoed across the country, something unusual started happening behind the scenes. Financial markets began reacting almost instantly. The stock market dipped briefly. Gold prices spiked. Cryptocurrency forums lit up with speculation. And on Wall Street, an eerie silence fell over the trading floor. It wasn't just about political fallout, it was about economic instability. Because when someone with that much influence makes a bold move, global markets don't just listen, they tremble. Analysts tried to downplay it at first. Major networks called it a temporary reaction. But insiders knew better. Behind closed doors, economists were warning that this might only be the beginning of a much bigger financial shakeup. Some believe Trump's decision could challenge the foundation of the US dollar. Others fear it might lead to economic retaliation from international partners. Think about this. America is already sitting on a fragile economy, rising inflation, interest rate hikes, record debt levels. Add political uncertainty to that equation, and you've got a perfect storm. Wealthy elites are moving their assets quietly, strategically. Meanwhile, the average citizen is left in the dark. Could we be heading toward a financial collapse? Or is this just the start of a new economic system being built behind the scenes? History shows us that every great shift begins with a warning, a signal, and those who see it early survive it. Right now, Trump's decision may not seem like much to the everyday person. But in the world of finance, it's like watching a tremor before the earthquake. And the scariest part, most people have no idea what's already happening to their money. In the next segment, we'll look at how this political decision could deepen the divide across America, and why civil unrest might not be far behind. Stay with us, because the storm isn't just economic, it's personal. That is, the economic tremors ripple through the system. Something even more dangerous is building just beneath the surface. A growing political divide turning Americans against each other. Trump's decision didn't just impact markets, it reignited a firestorm across the political landscape. Supporters praised him as a fearless leader, standing against a corrupt system. Opponents called the move reckless, even dangerous. Protests erupted in several cities. Social media became a battlefield. Families, friends, even coworkers divided overnight. The tension in the air is thicker than ever, and it's only growing. We've seen this before. Political polarization tearing at the very fabric of society. But this time, it feels different. More extreme, more personal. Both sides believe they're fighting for the soul of the nation. And when belief turns into obsession, chaos is never far behind. Online platforms are being flooded with calls to action. Conspiracy theories are gaining momentum. Trust in government at an all-time low. Some experts are warning that we may be entering a phase of civil instability not seen since the 1960s or even the Civil War. The question isn't if there will be unrest. The question is when and how bad it will get. Behind the scenes, lawmakers are scrambling. Security briefings have become more frequent. Whispers of National Guard deployments are starting to circulate. But for the average American, life goes on completely unaware that the ground beneath them is starting to crack. Trump's decision has become a rallying point for millions, but also a dividing line that's pushing this country closer to a breaking point. The signs are everywhere, if you know where to look. And as this political storm gains force, the real question is, Will the country come together or be torn apart? In the next part of this video, we'll explore how this decision is sending shockwaves beyond US borders and why some world leaders are beginning to panic. What's coming isn't just a national crisis. It may become a global one. While the US struggles with internal chaos, the rest of the world is watching closely, and some nations are beginning to react. Trump's decision has sparked more than political noise. It has stirred fear in foreign governments and raised alarm bells inside global intelligence agencies. Behind closed doors, world leaders are now holding emergency meetings. Some are quietly strengthening their borders. Others are increasing cyber defense operations and military surveillance. It's gone into overdrive. Because if Trump's move signals a potential return to power or a disruption to the current global order, it could shift the balance of power on a massive scale. Countries that once cooperated with the US might now begin to challenge it. Trade deals could fall apart. Alliances may fracture. And in worst-case scenarios, military standoffs could emerge. China, Russia, Iran, all eyes are on America right now. And they're not just watching, they're preparing. Intelligence insiders warn that the next major global conflict may not begin with missiles but with political instability, strategic misinformation, and economic sabotage. And Trump's recent decision, it may have just accelerated that timeline. The Pentagon is already monitoring potential hotspots. Naval fleets are repositioning. Unmanned aircraft are quietly patrolling regions we aren't hearing about on the news. Could this all be part of a larger game, one where world powers are waiting for the US to weaken from within before making their move? It's a chilling thought, but history shows us that global tensions often rise when empires begin to turn on themselves. And if America loses its grip as a global leader, the consequences won't just affect one country, they'll reshape the entire world. In the final scene, we'll look at what happens next, why this calm may be the silence before a historic storm, and what you need to be ready for, because by the time most people realize what's happening, it may already be too late. Right now, everything might look normal. People are still going to work, the stock market hasn't crashed, the news cycle has already moved on. But behind the illusion of calm, something much bigger is building. Quietly, relentlessly. This is what they call the calm before the storm. Trump's decision wasn't just a headline, it was a spark. And sparks don't stay small for long. They either burn out or ignite something massive. Across America, the system is under pressure. The economy is stretched thin. Society is divided. Institutions are losing public trust. And around the world, rival powers are watching, waiting for the perfect moment to make their move. The truth is, we're standing on a razor's edge, and most people, they have no idea. They're distracted, entertained, asleep to the warning signs. But throughout history, every major collapse came quietly at first. A few signs, a few shifts, until suddenly everything changes overnight. But if that moment is closer than we think, what if the decision Trump just made is part of a chain reaction? One that's already set in motion, events that can't be stopped. Economic collapse, civil unrest, global realignment. These aren't conspiracy theories, they're possibilities, and the smartest people in the room are preparing right now. While the rest of the world sleeps, you have two choices. Ignore the signs and hope for the best, or stay informed. Stay aware and get ready for whatever comes next, because when the storm finally hits, it won't give a warning. And the people who saw it coming, they'll be the ones who survive it. The world is changing faster than anyone realizes. The question is, will you be ready? Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. What's coming will affect all of S&D people. Need to know before it's too late.